Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mark from the States, how are we doing today? I am doing fantastic, I hope. Of course, you are as well. I'm going to invite you to come sit with me. Today, we're going to jump back into the unique and interesting world of mudlarking. Watched Nicola White for the first time after getting her blessing, which I'm so blessed to have, that we can watch and learn and see cool artifacts of history, which is why I believe this is popular. At least this is why it has piqued my interest, and it's interesting to watch because of all the history that she and the others that do this sort of thing find just in the River Thames. Um, it's, I mean, it's crazy to, yeah, I guess when you break it down, it's not crazy because of all the history that London has and the River Thames has. Um, but it's just unreal to me to watch someone who just goes down there. When the tide goes out, it exposes the bottom of the river, and they're able to find all these artifacts in history from long ago, and it's very fun. I should say it's fun to watch. So I am. Will I say I'm hooked? Not yet, but I'm getting there because it's just I find it fascinating. Plus, Nicola, she is very entertaining to watch. So there's that combination that I find very endearing. And funny story is when I did that first video a while back, about a month ago, I guess, my brother mentioned to me the last time I saw him that his wife, my sister-in-law, is a huge fan of Nicola White, and so when they saw that, uh, and let me just point out, my family do not watch my videos like on a regular basis. They may catch one here and there. My immediate family does not, but my brother and my sister and maybe some other little relatives that are further out. But my immediate family doesn't watch our channel at all, which is fine. I'm not bothered by that at all, as you can tell. Um, she, so we did the video with Mudlarking about a month ago, and it turns out that of course they see that I uh, put up a video of Nicola White, and his wife was like, "Yes." So my brother had to watch, but it was fun to hear how she is a huge fan and she wants to try it. That's how she's into it, and I love it. I think, you know what? That's awesome, Kelly. Go for it. Go for it. Anyway, we are back with her, and the video title is called "It's a Miracle." Saw this, I almost walked right past it. Mudlarking on the River Thames at low tide. The titles, of course, are going to give some indication of what's going on. This one does not. I don't know what she found. That's the fun and the mystery of the whole thing. So, I just love watching her her knowledge of seeing things with her experience of doing this sort of thing. She can spot something in the mud, which I like. I squint and I'm like, I don't see anything on the camera, and she goes down and moves one little rock, and there's this, stem from a clay pipe, which there are millions of them. So disposable, apparently back in the day, but she finds all those stems It's just, and they're just, the history on those clay pipes is pretty remarkable. But how she can spot all that stuff is, I find very interesting. She's got a real good eye for that sort of thing. You have to be good at seeing things and know where to look, I guess. And she's good. She's very good. So with that said, for those of you who do not already, and those of you who are interested by this sort of thing, go over to her channel. Again, I've made it easy. I've put the links below that take you to her channel and to this video. So if you don't want to hear me yapping and pausing and all that stuff that I tend to do, go over to her channel and watch the video without me. And then you can come back and add some context of things that, of course, I'll probably miss, or that will go right over my head, or, whatever. But get over there. The most important thing is to get over there and support her channel. It's really important that you do. A lot of you, it just makes me so happy when I read a comment of someone saying, I've subscribed to their channel. That gives me joy. It really does. I'm so happy to hear that at least, at that time, one person has gone over and done it. And I'm hoping more do, because it's important. And I feel it's a good way to reciprocate back to the original content creator, because that's kind of what I'm hoping to do, is to, maybe some of you never even heard of Nicola White, and this is I still don't know if it's Nicola or Nicola, but I'm going to say it's Nicola, so she can correct me, but I believe it's Nicola. But it gives me joy knowing that someone watched one of the videos that we've done to learn from, and then goes over and subscribes to their channel. That is the best thing. So I love reading that. So anyway, come sit, like I said, on this big fake couch. Let's see here. We are going out of town this weekend to Las Vegas. I'm very happy. I had some blood work done, and it all came back perfect, except my lipid was not good, which means my diet. I need diet and exercise. So that one was pretty obvious that was going to be. But what came back great was my liver. So perfect. You love to hear right before you go to Las Vegas that your liver is in great shape. So, woohoo! There we go. Great news. So anyway, come sit. Let's get into it. This is Nicola White, finding more history. Let's do it.
Now, first of all, I thought I was imagining things. I'm looking at this now and wondering if it's actually a gun.
Oh my gosh, it is. I thought it was
There's
a
lots
rock.
of concretion on it. Here.
You can see the grip.
I don't know. I could be wrong. We're shortly going to find out.
I would have walked right by that.
What makes me think that
It's
is
the grip.
This bit here.
Yeah.
So, I'm now going to find out.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to find out. Now, oh my gosh, yes, that is a gun, isn't it? That's definitely a gun. That's been there for a while. Now, is it a BB gun? Is it a real gun?
Does it say Colt?
It's quite...
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's about to go off, but I will be careful. It's quite heavy. Let's give it a little
Yeah,
rinse.
you gotta be careful. Now, I wonder if you do find something like that, do you have to notify authorities, the police or something, that you found something like that? That is, you would think, since of your gun laws that nobody's just tossing a gun in the river, that it's a good chance that it's old, from the war period. Wow. If this was found in a river here in the States, it's probably a newer gun. And it may have been involved in a crime. Wow.
And let's see what's on it. And then you gun people out there, you might be able to identify it. Oh, so it's a Colt by the looks of it.
Yeah, that's what I thought that said.
Well.
Wow.
Well. Certainly wasn't expecting to find that. See that horse there? And then it says Colt just above. Unexpected find. You just never know what you're going to find down here, do you? Well, as per the rules and regulations,
Okay.
I will take this to the police station
There you go.
and hand it in. But we want to get a few photographs of it first.
You can't have it, right?
Voila! Today.
I wonder if it makes sense that you have to take it to the police. I totally get that. Too bad. Well, hopefully there wouldn't be a way for them to clear it, make it to where it can't be fired. How you see a lot of the gun owners in the UK have, old weapons as, historical pieces, and they've been, whatever the term is, where they take out the firing pin or whatever to where they cannot be fired, and allow her to keep it. If it is an older, say from the 40s, historical piece, right? Interesting to find the history there of where this weapon came from and maybe who had this weapon at one time. I don't know how you would even look that up, but yeah, it's a bummer that it doesn't sound like she'll get to keep it, but wow, that must be shocking.
Today's gift from the Thames is a gun. And look over here, this gun-shaped hole.
Just
where it's been for some time, it would appear.
That's so wild. It's crazy that no one else found it. That's kind of funny.
I'm on a clay pipe hunt. And I've seen a bit of stem.
See?
Here, look.
That's
And
how she can find that.
I
That's amazing.
am hoping that there's going to be a bit of length to this. So come with me and find out.
Dang. Wow.
Look, it's going in there. Oh, how long is it going to be, I wonder? How long is it going to be? Ooh. Let's come round the other side. Right. Oh, okay, I think something is going to emerge. Oh,
wow.
There it is. And look, it's a little bit broken, but that does not matter.
Look at
Beautiful
that.
all the same. Welcome to the world, little pipe.
That's crazy. Normally
Just
they're
down
broken,
here, I've
you know.
spotted a button, but not any old button.
Where?
Is
No
this one here,
way.
and it's a tiny 3-hold button. I've got a few of these, and we don't really know for sure what they were used for. Some of them are quite nicely decorated, possibly gloves, possibly, I don't know, I think somebody even suggested underwear, but I'll show you the other ones I've got. What do you think they were used for?
How would you even spot
3-hold
that?
buttons.
It's incredible. Whenever she shows the mud and stuff, you see a lot of the chain link.
I've just been scraping around here, and this little thing has popped up.
How? Her eyesight
Curious,
must
isn't it? I
be
can't tell at the
amazing.
moment if it's modern or if it's something a little older, part of a clasp or part of some jewellery. It's quite interesting though, and quite pretty. What could this be? Further investigation required. Now, there's something here which is either a shell or possibly a spoon. Let's get this rock out of the way. Right. It's just here. Definitely looks as if it could be a spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just change the way I'm sitting. Oh, what's that? Oh, button there. We'll get that in a minute.
Such a good eye.
Come on, little spoon. Get you out of there. It's coming. Makes a change from a pipe extraction, doesn't it? There we are, look. A little spoon. I wonder if it's got anything on
Markings.
it. Let's go and find out. Let's find some water. Here we go. It might be silver, actually. What is on there? You know what, I think there could be something on there, but I think we will have to wait until I get home so I can clean it properly. I mean, there also might be absolutely nothing, but
Yeah.
we will find out later on. I also saw a little button here. Where did I put it? Oh, it's there, look. Just a plain little button. A button and a spoon.
I love her videos and how she, you see all the stuff she finds, and at the end, of course, she reveals after they've been cleaned up. and
Just
stuff
been
like that.
scraping around here a bit, and look what's popped out.
Another
A
button.
little button, and there's definitely a maker on here, which is great news. So we've got Stevens. Is that J. Stevens from London? Yeah, J. Stevens and Son, London, I think. So I will be able to look him up, or her up. It's always great to find a name on a button, or anything for that matter. It's brilliant to have something to look up. It just brings the find alive.
So true. A trolley.
Now look over here.
That's
This
never
makes
good.
a change.
What is that?
I usually find mobile phones, but this looks like part of an old phone.
Oh, like a rotary
Remember these,
phone.
everyone? Remember these?
I do.
Well, the tide is dashing in, but it looks as if before I go, we might
Still can't
get
see it.
a little pipe extraction. Just here, look.
How?
So,
How
let's see.
on earth do you
See
see
if there's
that?
anything going on underneath here.
Well,
stem.
she's got tons of experience to spot this, but that is
Oh, I think there is.
incredible.
There's going to be a bit, you know. Let me just come around here a bit so you can see it a little bit better. I think it's going to be an 18th century pipe. Right, out you come, little pipe.
Oh my gosh.
And there we go. Very nice. 18th century pipe, probably from about 1720s or so. Let's go and give it a little rinse.
That's all. That's from the 1700s.
Give my boots a rinse at the same time. Yeah, there we are, look. Woohoo! Thank you, River Thames. Ah, yes, and look. It's a rainbow. A beautiful rainbow. Just look at that. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Don't you just love rainbows? I always look upon them as a real symbol of hope.
We need more Nicola Whites in this world.
I just flipped this over and look what greeted me. A happy little bee.
Huh. That does.
I guess that's a sign to be happy. Or maybe it's a sign to just be. I think I better take it. To remind myself of those two things. Be happy and just be. To be or not to be. Hi everyone, thank you very much indeed for watching my video and for listening to my philosophical ramblings and my bad jokes, and I promise that there'll be lots more of those in 2024, so don't go away anywhere. So before I start, I just want to say a very happy new year to you all. This is my first video of 2024 and I hope that the year has started off really well for you and that it continues to do so. So, thank you for coming along on that mudlarking outing, and yes indeed there are some odd striking finds amongst this lot here in front of me, and I guess I'm going to start with the one which jumps out at me the most, and that is this gun here. Now,
awesome.
Before I start talking about it, a couple of things. Obviously, when we find guns, we do report them to the police. Now, I just wanted to show you it first and do my video first, and then I will be taking it to the police station. Although, I think it's pretty old. It's practically fossilised, and for anybody who may be concerned, there's absolutely no chance that this is going to go off. It literally is covered in some kind of almost concrete, which is probably built up over the years, and that includes right over the end here. And yeah, so really there's just absolutely no way that this gun is accidentally going to go off. So please don't worry about that, and once I finish this video,
it's pretty cool.
I will be taking it down to the police to show them and get their thoughts on it. Now, I'm not going to go too much into what I think it is, because I know for a fact that there are many of you out there who are pretty good on ammunition and guns and who can no doubt tell me. But of course I did have a little look, and we can see that it is a Colt gun. So it's a Colt gun, and as far as I can see in my very brief bit of research, it could be a 1902 Colt gun. At least that's what I'm really hoping. So please let me know if you think I'm right.
I don't know guns.
A few pictures online of guns that are very similar to this, and the 1902 one seems to fit the bill quite well, because It was actually also used by the British during World War II. It was issued to the Home Guard.
Oh, cool.
So could
See?
this gun,
That's
this
awesome.
fossilised Colt gun, be a
I hope
remnant
she can
of
keep
World
it.
War II? Or is it something to do with criminal activity? Is it more recent? I'm throwing it out there. What do you think? What do you think? I have found a few guns on the foreshore now, and it's always a bit of a shock to find them. This one, it was pure luck that I saw it there, and it was actually really high up at the top of the tide line. And so, yeah, a rather lucky find, really. And I wonder how it got down there onto the river. I mean, I once found a hand grenade, and that also would have been issued to the Home Guard during World War II. So I just wonder, maybe after the war, did somebody just throw this in the river? Who knows? Gets your imagination going though, doesn't it?
It's the endless
My second
possibilities
find I'm going to talk
out
about
there.
is this beautiful can here. I have given it a little wash, and you can see it in all its glory just here. And indeed, I'm assuming it's an oil can. I can't think what else it's going to be. It's got like a little bit here which may have opened and closed. It's got something here which presumably the spout went on, and this handle here. And on the bottom it's got stamped half a pint, so presumably would have held half a pint of oil. But the most interesting thing that it has stamped on it, in two places actually, is an initial. It has a W or an M, but I'm pretty certain it's a W, stamped here on the bottom, or rather scratched into it. And also, just here, there is what looks to be a W scratched into this oil can. So I'm imagining that this oil can was the very precious property of William or Walter, and there was to be no mistake about it. This was William or Walter's oil can, and woe betide anybody that tried to use William's oil can. It was his property. He scratched his initial W into it to make sure that everybody knew whose oil can it was. And so the question is, how did it end up in the Thames mud? And was William absolutely heartbroken to lose his oil can, or Walter, or anybody else, or Wilhelmina? It could have been Wilhelmina's oil can. It's not necessarily William or Walter's. But here we have it, an oil can now full of mud and not
How about
oil.
Wallace?
And I'm presuming it's from the 19th century. And if indeed you're looking at it thinking, that is not an oil can, then please let me know and tell me what it is.
I have no reason to believe
Find
otherwise.
number 3. Let's have a look at this skull.
What?
Now, on that particular area of foreshore, there were a lot of ships which would have had ratting dogs, little tiny dogs on them to catch the rats, and maybe also cats. So perhaps this is the skull of a cat which was once upon a time on a ship a few hundred years ago. It could of course be also from a modern cat, and I'm pretty certain it's a cat. I reached up behind me onto my skull shelf, as you do, and pulled.
As you do. We all obviously have a skull shelf, of course. Looking at Violet's head. Her skull feels a lot bigger than that. Isn't that right, Violet? And Leo. They all look like they have bigger heads.
Pulled down my other cat skulls, and here they are, all 3 of them, the 3
There
cats.
you go.
So
Must
this
be.
one is the most recent skull find. This one was found on a beach, so it's nice and bleached. This one is obviously a lot darker, which could mean that it's older. Pretty definitely a cat.
I'll have to take her word for
what
it
else
because
have we
I'm
got
not an
here?
expert.
Now, Williams or Walters or Wilhelmina's oil can was not the only object to have an initial on. This spoon, which I found, I came home and gave it a good clean up, and it is, in fact, an insignia plate, silver plated teaspoon, probably Victorian, early 1900s, and on it, it does have a little initial. It has the initial B on it, so maybe Beatrice or Bobby or Billy put the sugar into their tea with this lovely insignia plate spoon. What else have I got down here? Okay, so now a few smaller objects. This interesting little object here, could it be part of a watch winder or part of a piece of jewellery? It's quite curious, and I have no idea what it is actually. So if you've got any ideas, please let me know. Now for the two buttons. This one here
idea.
has J. Stevens and Son London. And so perhaps these guys were tailors or outfitters. I have had a quick look on the good old internet, but I haven't found anything about them. So if you can find anything about a J. Stevens and Son,
Yeah, you would think it would be some sort of a tailor.
who may have sold clothes or who were
Something like
tailors in London, then please let me know.
Sounds like
it's
a
always
tailor
fun to research
as
these
well.
buttons and try and find out a little bit more about who issued them. And then we've got this tiny button here, this 3-hold button, and like I was saying, we find quite a few of these and we're not absolutely sure what they were used for. But I've got a few here, and some of them have some really nice little delicate designs, little patterns on them. And so if you've got any theories on what they were used for, then please let me know in the comments below. So I found this, which is quite funny because I find so many discarded mobile phones or cell phones if you're in the USA.
That's a shame.
And it's obviously not quite as usual to find pieces of old phones like this. And I knew I had a few pieces of the older types of phones, and I've been scrabbling.
I mean, there's the flip side to this, is the trash. You know, like old cell phones, mobile phones. It just is heartbreaking because it just people just, you know, granted some are lost, you know, honestly. They get dropped on accident or by accident. Don't want to they get dropped by accident. Into the river and stuff like that. But you know, there's a lot of people who probably just toss them in there too. You hate to see especially like e-waste polluting the environment and the river and stuff like that. So like when she had that shot of the shopping cart, as we would call it, or trolley, right? That's what it's called, a trolley. I call them shopping cart. Just laying there, you know, and they don't remove it; they leave it there. It's just you hate to see just trash like that you know litters the river. Now, granted, that again could have accidentally fallen off a boat, maybe, I don't know, but it's pretty. How does a shopping trolley get tossed into the river by accident? You wonder, but yeah. So lots of times when you watch shows like this and you see just trash everywhere on Earth, you know, it's just crazy.
Traveling around for them, and in the process I did actually come up with 3 more of these little dialing plates
I remember
from the phones. So I now have 4 of those. I remember years and years ago when my daughter saw a phone like I used to have in my house when I was a child, like this one, which is actually a toy phone, but I found it washed up on a beach several years ago. But anyway, many of you will remember these types of phones. But when my daughter saw
a real phone like this, she had no idea how to use it, which was quite funny to me actually, because of course we, or many of us, grew up with these phones. And so, yeah, how many of you still have a phone like this? And how many of you youngsters out there would know how to use a phone like this if you had to? Whilst I was searching for the older types of phones pieces that have been found, I also came across this, which was given to me some time ago by my friend Tobias Netto, also a mudlark, a metal detectorist. He found this, so this is also part of an old-fashioned phone. So it's not just cell phones that we find on the Thames foreshore. We do occasionally come across remnants of the older ones. Hello, hello. Oh, so that's it for most of the finds. There is, of course, the broken clay pipe here. It's really black inside, actually. You can see where it's been smoked. Many hundreds of years ago, in the 1700s, this pipe would date to about 1720, I think.
Incredible.
So a curious little selection of finds here, as always. And who knows what is going to come up from the Thames in 2024. We will have to wait and see. So before I leave you, I am now going to just do the draw to find out who has won this lovely oak leaf and Thames garnet necklace here. So here we are on the Pick a Winner site. I'm going to put the link to the video here.
There's someone won. We'll just go ahead and skip over this. Bear with us here, please.
Humans, and see you next year. But first, next Sunday. Cheers, Sarah. Well done, Sarah. You have won the oak leaf necklace with a little Thames garnet. In touch with me and well done.
Go back. Here we go.
Congratulations again, Sarah. Get in touch with me and send me your address and I'll get that necklace to you as soon as possible. And commiserations to everybody else who did not win. And don't worry, I'll be doing some really good giveaways during the course of 2024. So I think that's pretty much it from me now. I'd like to say a huge thank you again to everybody for watching this video and indeed watching all my videos. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for all your comments and your feedback, your suggestions, your help with IDs, and I'm really hoping that you're going to come back and confirm to me what this gun actually is. So keep those comments and suggestions coming. I really appreciate them. And thank you too to everybody who has donated to my Ko-fi site and to my super thanks. I really appreciate your donations. Thank you ever so much. But most of all, thank you everybody for being yourselves and for being such a great community of people. It makes such a difference in this world, which can be a bit mean and nasty sometimes, to have such a great group of people to engage with. And so I'll finish off with my little bee find here, and maybe it's a message to all of us to be happy and to just be, and to not think that we always have to be doing things all the time and achieving. But you know what? Just being is absolutely fine.
Live in the moment.
So I hope that for the rest of this weekend or the rest of this evening or afternoon, wherever you are, that you find some time for yourself, treat yourself and just be in the moment. Take care, everyone. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again very soon for lots more adventures in the mud, in London and elsewhere. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.
That was good. Yeah, I'm going to go back and read through her comments to find out about that Colt 1902, I guess, maybe until someone else says something different. But interesting to be able to find one of those. And she said she's found a couple others over the years, but that would just kind of like be crazy. We have like this thing that I've seen videos, and I know it's all over the place. People in London do it, people in Amsterdam, like magnet fishing, as they're calling it. You know, you drop in the huge magnet into a waterway and you pull up whatever metal, you know. And you see the ones that are done here in the States, and they're pulling up guns, grenades, weapons, ammunition. And it's not old historical artifacts, you know. They're something probably used in a crime or something, but and they have to get the police down there to, you know, to dispose of it. But I enjoy her. Yes, I love the little wonderful message at the end. Just live in the moment, and yeah, good deal. Hope you enjoyed that. That was fun. I will do another one for sure down the road. She's very enjoyable. So again, I stress, go support her. There are good people in this world, and I believe she's one of them. So I think, go and support her. Show her love for what she does. And I find these videos fascinating because of all the history that can be pulled up that is just right there, right? Every time you walk past the Thames, you just look in the water and imagine what's lurking below. Just the history is incredible. Anyway, hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. Thanks so much for coming. We will talk to you soon. All right, bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark.